good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. And today we are back with another discussion video. This time around, we are going to be talking about what went wrong with the Life is Strange series. Now, regardless of if Life is Strange is over as a series, or if Deck 9 is shutting down, or if they're going to do something fresh, I think it's time to talk about like what went wrong with this series, because I know what went wrong with it. I know like there's so many points where this game went wrong, you know? And I think, you got to start back to the beginning of time when this game first came out. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So, Life is Strange 1. So when this game first came out, this was around the time when, I can't remember when, I'm going to look it up because when Telltale The Walking Dead was coming out. Let me look it up. Oh my god, I can't type. The Walking Dead released. There we Telltale. I can't spell. Telltale. I can't spell, man. Telltale The Walking Dead. When did this come out? So this came out. Goodness gracious, can I get a date? This came out in 2012. So Life is Strange 1, right, came out in 2015. Now, this game came out like after The Walking Dead had done what it did. And I feel like this was like the 2015 was probably around the peak time for these choice related games. You had so many of them coming out that I would say when The Walking Dead came out from 2012 from 2020, or maybe from 2012 to 2021 or 2022, those are the peak years for choice games. It's so many of them coming out. And when Life is Strange 1 came out, I was so intrigued by it because it was this brand new thing of it was something different. It wasn't zombies, and I was ready for a break from The Walking Dead because I remember watching it, I remember playing it. Made me cry multiple times because, dude, that game's emotional. But when this came out, I was just so intrigued by it because there were so many things grabbing me: the story, the soundtrack, the fact that it was published by Square Enix, and Don't Nod was the one that made this game. I think this was their first title. I could be wrong, but Life is Strange 1 was so good. Now, the one thing, obviously, that I think a lot of people didn't like about it, but it was kind of the norm for these choice games, was the episodic release format, which doesn't work to this day. It never, I don't think it ever worked. I think it was a good way for people to keep being interested in the product, but it wasn't a sound way of developing a game because people really want to know the end story. I remember the wait for from episode 4 to 5 was for this game was insanely long, and people just really wanted to play it. I remember I had so many issues with it at launch, and I played it on PC at the time because I don't know why I did, because I think I had a PlayStation 4 and maybe it was PC only, and that's why I just wanted to get immediate early access to it. But yeah, so when this game came out, man, it did really well. I really enjoyed it. And then after this game had come out, the next game was Life is Strange Before the Storm. Now, Before the Storm, I would say is up there with top games, I think it's it was such a, this was my favorite after the first game came out, because when the first game came out, the DLC happened. There was Before the Storm. Before the Storm was 3 episodes, but this game was so well done. I feel like Deck 9 should have been the studio that should have worked on Life is Strange instead of Don't Nod. And just Before the Storm did a lot of really cool things, like the whole argument system, which they brought back in Reunion, which I did say was really cool. But the story itself with Rachel Amber, because I was so curious about that character, I was like, well, what would she be like in Life is Strange 1? Because she was gone, obviously, she was missing, dead. But I really want to know what her character was like, and for them to do a game based around Chloe and Rachel was so cool, man. It was so cool, and like, just it was so neat. It was really, really cool. Now, the thing I want to get into and why I think this series has struggled to maintain an audience, and why I think like what went wrong, like the core of what went wrong. I mean, it's Life is Strange 2. Now, if you don't believe that, I mean, it really is where I think the game fell apart, where the series fell apart. Because this game, you're constantly on the road. It's really hard to build relationships with people, and you don't really get a lot. Like, the story itself is like okay, but like, I don't know. I didn't like the whole on the road thing. I just, I think I like staying grounded. And this was Don't Nod's last Life is Strange project, because obviously it did not do well. I think some people vibe with it, but like, I don't. You're on the road constantly. What's the point of, like, I don't know. You just don't really get a whole lot of story with this game that matters. And I thought it was the worst one at the time. I really, really struggled to like it. I did. But I played through it all the way. And I was glad when I was finished with it, because I was just like, yeah, this game happened. It was definitely a game. But like, I think what went wrong with the series, not only this game, but like, I think the fact that Deck 9 did not lead the charge on Life is Strange, I think that is why the series has suffered. Because everyone saw this game and was like, oh, I hate this on the road, like, journey, because, it's not cozy. You don't get to sit down and, like, be all cozy and have this, like, one little safe haven. And then Deck 9 takes over Life is Strange project, the series, and they come out with this banger of a gem. I swear to God, this is the best Life is Strange game ever made. Life is Strange True Colors is the pinnacle, the peak of the Life is Strange series, because this game, there's so much. I've talked about why I love this game so much. There's so much that they do with it. One, you're in a small town, Haven. You can get comfy there. Two, relationship building. I went with Steph for my relationship. I think most people did, but like, you instantly, like, you run into Steph immediately, but the entire time, like, every single episode, you are constantly running into Steph. You are constantly building this relationship. That is the perfect way to build, like, relationships in the game, is if you're constantly running into characters. But the problem with Double Exposure and Reunion is that they're pushing relationships on you, but we'll get into those games in a minute. But there's not only that, but like, the music in this game is some of the most incredible stuff they've done. Like, the soundtrack for Before the Storm, Before the Storm, Daughter did the soundtrack, and that was really cool. I love that a lot. But I'm blanking. Oh my God. Someone didn't. Why am I pretty sure I know? I'm gonna look on Spotify real quick. But I'm blanking on this. Hold on. Hold on. Where is this playlist? Oh my God, playlists. By me. Okay, I got it. I thought of it immediately. So the soundtrack for this game was done by Angus and Julia Stone. They made an entire album called Life is Strange for this game, which I think is just that's so cool, man. And then not only that, Novo Amor, I don't know if anyone knows that artist. Novo Amor, I think they used one of his songs in the first Life is Strange game. They actually got him to do like 3 tracks for this game, and the song was called Haven. I stand by the soundtrack being the best of the series. I really do. I don't really vibe with the other soundtracks as much. I think Daughter is the only other one, but like, dude, actually, the Life is Strange True Colors was the greatest time for this series. And if you don't believe that, you're wrong. You're so wrong, dude. You're so wrong, because there was like a whole D&D section in True Colors that I thought was so incredible. I mean, Alex Chen's story was also really well done, but like after this, I was so confused on what they were doing with the series, because then we get also for True Colors, there was also DLC added, which was all about Steph. You got to play as Steph, and it was so well done, well executed. It was a perfect callback to Before the Storm. I just wanted to mention that, but like, you go into what they create next, and by the way, it says 4 years in development time. Life is Strange Double Exposure. I was so, like, unbelievably confused. I was like, why is Max here again? What are we doing? Like, after playing the game, I thought it was just like I think I claimed it as like the worst Life is Strange game, and then, you know, Reunion came out, but like, again, like, I don't know why Deck 9 decided the right path for Life is Strange was to, because they got it right with True Colors. Why did they not keep making new characters and new stories? They literally were just like, you know, we haven't seen that Max chick in a while. You know, why don't we just bring her back, see how the community reacts? You know, let's just do something with her. I thought it was stupid. I think bringing Max back is pointless, because at the end of the first game, if you're picking canon ending, which is Chloe dying, Max doesn't have her powers anymore. This doesn't make any sense. You know, it just, I do not understand why Max got brought back. I really don't. I struggle to understand this game. I really do. And it just was the, like, I don't know. I feel like this series just goes all over the place, and, like, I don't know. Don't Nod didn't really have the right direction, obviously, because they made that first game, and it was a success. Deck 9 took over for one game. It was really good. Don't Nod comes back, screws everything up. Deck 9 takes over, make a banger every game, and then suddenly they're just like, you know? It's just like, it's really weird. It's really strange that they thought it was a good idea to bring Max back. And not only that, you go to Reunion, and it's like, oh, let's just bring Chloe back. She, you know, she died, but like, we can just bring her back. Why not? Just some really weird choices from Deck 9, and I do not understand them in the slightest. Like, I was so excited when you know, after True Colors, we got another Life is Strange announcement, but then when I realized what the announcement was, I was disappointed, and I was even more disappointed with this Reunion announcement, because, like, the series has had so many peaks and troughs. It's like, dude, it's crazy. It's wild, man. You go from Life is Strange 1 banger to, you know, Before the Storm banger, and then you go to Life is Strange 2, and then you go to True Colors, whoa, and then Double Exposure, whoa, and then you go to Reunion, whoa. It goes even down. It's just, it is wild to me that Deck 9 didn't see what they did with True Colors and were like, oh, let's just do that again. Let's just do it again. People love that. Nope, they were like, Max and Chloe back at it again. I don't know, man. This series has been so frustrating for me, and I don't think I don't know if I want to play it anymore. I don't know. I really don't. I am struggling so hard to like the series now, and I kind of hope Deck 9 just starts from scratch and does something new, because God, please, just move on from Life is Strange, do something different. You know, you don't need to keep going. You don't. Just end it. Just, like, do something different, or your studio might, you know, it could shut down. That's really what it comes down to. But yeah. And I don't know. I feel like with Reunion, we'll just throw this in here. I mean, nobody asked for this. I'm going to be honest. If someone asked for Chloe to come back, Chloe died. If somebody asked for Max to come back, Max lost her powers in the first game. What are we doing? You know? And then somehow Chloe Price returned. You know? Like, this game, it's a Reunion that nobody asked for. You know, it just is. It is how it is. Geez, man, this series is a night. It's a roller coaster. It really is. But anywho, I'm gonna call the video here. Thank you guys for watching, hanging out. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. And yeah, goodbye.